behind the wheel.
How's everybody doing today? Welcome to another edition of the In the Studio show here on Lead Pedal Radio. This is the show where we interview different artists, find out about their work, I recently had the pleasure of talking with Jason McCoy of the Roadhammers, but he had his own career going long before, so we're going to find out about the Roadhammers. They've just released a new single coming out, and we're going to find out all about them. You're going to love this interview. Lots of stuff going on. Before we get to that, though, let's play one of Jason's songs. This one's called I Feel a Sin Coming On. This is one of his popular songs from the day.
Mercy on my soul, I feel a sin coming on.
Wondering how you can show your love? Head over now to Facebook and drop a like.
Here's the one that started all off from the Roadhammers.
Damn Roadhammer. I was just go Roadhammer.
All right, hey, welcome to the show. Today we're on the In the Studio show. We're talking with Jason McCoy. Jason is with the Roadhammers. Formerly had his own band there. He was a solo artist, and now he's been with the Roadhammers. And we're going to talk to Jason about how the Roadhammers started and exactly why trucking. Here we go. All right, everybody on the line, I've got Jason McCoy. How are we doing today, Jason?
I'm doing well, Bruce. How you doing?
Good, buddy. Good. So, big fan, as I was mentioning, and wondering now. So, is still Clayton and Chris? Saw you guys last year at Woodstock. You guys blew it off the stage. That was amazing. We really had a good time there. So, Clayton and Chris are still part of the band.
Yeah, as far as I know. Why? What have you heard?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I'm just making sure I got the right three guys in the band. Okay.
Yeah,
things change, right? You guys change things on the fly.
And our longtime drummer, Corbett Fraz, our original drummer, and now we have Steve Broadhurst for I guess the past 10 years. We're celebrating 20 years as a band, so it's a tight family. It's been pretty good, and I'll tell you, it's pretty great to be able to share this milestone with good friends on and off stage, right?
Yeah. So like I was saying before, I've been following you since before you were the Roadhammers. Why trucking? This is the question I keep having.
Yeah, right.
You got a background in trucking? You have family that were trucking, or did you just like being in Paul Brandt's video so much?
Yeah, right. Well, I was in his video for Convoy. It was funny because at the time we had this TV show on CMT, and so we were doing like the behind the scenes. Well, this is how the Roadhammers started. Okay. The Roadhammers started in Bermuda.
Oh, that's the place I would have thought for sure.
So it was years ago. I was down there doing a show, doing a corporate show of all things. Like, talk about an easy, wonderful gig. Got to play on the beach. And then we got to ride around Bermuda all week on these little scooters. And our guitar player at the time, Jason Barry, who plays with Dean Brody and everybody now, he was calling our little gang the Roadhammers. And I always thought, I was like, if I ever did like a trucker tribute album, I would call the band the Roadhammers. So then I was at CCMA. I won Male Artist of the Year. I got the album was called Sins, Lies, and Angels that just come out. And I was having lunch with my friend who was running CMT at the time, Ted Ellis. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, because country music's kind of going these different ways. Like, it's getting super traditional, like, and it was, or it's getting really pop, and I don't know where I'd go. And I said, but I've always wanted to do like just a little trucker album. So we thought we were going to do just this little trucker thing. And I said, but what if we put a new band together to do this? And he goes, well, there's this new thing called reality TV, which was back when they're doing all those shows behind the music, right? And he filmed it. And I was like, I'm going to do this whole thing. The only thing I have is a name. That's all I got. So we went from there, and it's just been a great ride.
And it's getting bigger and bigger. I mean, I saw you guys at Woodstock. You had Stax on the stage. And then I saw a video the other day. You've got now a Western Star grill. Why don't you just build one and just go with it? Like, there's no sense.
Well, we almost did. We had like the front of it was a Western Star. We actually traveled around with it. We had like the big bumper, and we actually had the fiberglass top. A friend of ours in Texas that actually cut this apart for his band. He's like, you guys want it? Take it. And it was like massive lifting, like every time you do a tour. But now we've got some, we got the set deck. It's pretty cool.
It looks really good. It looks really good for sure. Hey, I got to ask you before.
Do you hear the dog?
That's okay. I like dogs.
Oh no, he wants to go out. So let's go for a little travel here. So
sure, yeah. Let's do this.
Buddy, there you go. Say hi.
Buddy, how are you?
There you go. So Buddy wants to pee, so we're gonna let him pee, but we're gonna keep talking, okay?
All right, okay. Give him a little privacy when he's doing his business for sure.
He doesn't care. I've asked him. He does not care. But you know what? There you go. We got life going on here, man. We got a dog pee emergency.
I like. All right, so there you go. That's part of the interview with Jason McCoy talking about the inspiration behind the Roadhammers, and we even had to go walk the dog. So let's play that inspiration. Here's the one from Del Reeves. This one's called "Girl on the Billboard." Oh, Jason, that's actually Del Reeves, his inspiration. We've been talking with Jason McCoy from the Roadhammers about what inspired the group, and Del Reeves' "Girl on the Billboard" was one of his favorites. And of course, he mentioned this one, and this one's one of my favorites. Here's from the Roadhammers. This one's called "Eastbound and Down." All right, so today we are talking with Jason McCoy of the Roadhammers, and we're finding out all about the group and why they started and some of their stuff, and we're going to continue that discussion we had. We were just talking to Jason before the music break about how the Roadhammers started, and then he had to go walk the dog. So here we go. Let's continue with the interview. What have you learned from the trucking industry? I'm interested in this because I used to drive for 25 years. I'm more interested that people that maybe didn't know about the industry or didn't drive before, since you've done a Paul Brandt video with that, and now you're the Roadhammers. What have you learned about the trucking? What's the response been from the trucking industry back to you?
Well, it's been generational. Like, I mean, we get a lot of people who, when we started out, they were like, we covered songs like "Girl on the Billboard," "Eastbound and Down," and so a lot of people were like, "Man, I remember listening to that song with my dad," or "I saw that movie," or "Girl on the Billboard" was an old song from Del Reeves that I wanted to cover, mixed in with all of our originals. I'm a Roadhammer. And now it's like you get people who go, and because those first people were saying, I remember hearing the originals of those songs, and then your version kind of brought me back to thinking about my dad. Now we get people going, I'm a second, third generation driver, and I remember being in the truck with my mom or dad and listening to your first album.
Oh, wow.
So we're the memory. And dude, I'm getting chills because it's amazing. And so we get that a lot. But as far as the trucking industry goes, like we've all grown up around it. Like we all grew up in, kind of rural areas. Clay's dad had a trucking company, delivered for the oil field, did a lot of work up there in Cold Lake. Same thing with my dad. We had a farm and you get, it's in your blood, right? Just diesel and big tools and fixing stuff. And then as a musician, we share the same office as all the truck drivers. So we're always at a Flying J or whatever, and it's 3 a.m. and that's we share the same office. So we're just singing the soundtrack to the lifestyle.
That's very cool. Very cool. So let's talk about your 20 years. Congratulations. 20 years as a band, 20 years in anything these days is amazing. It sounds like you weren't expecting it to go 20 years. So how have you guys been doing this? Is this now the band? Do you still do your own music on the side? I don't think I've heard much from you other than the Roadhammers.
Well, I haven't been recording solo, but I've been doing a lot of shows. I go out with the Great Canadian Road Trip with Michelle Wright, Doc Walker. We've been doing, that tour has been out for close to 2 years now.
Okay.
Been out with Jason Blaine, Chad Brownlee for the Road Trip 2.0, and then I've got a handful of dates here solo. But I also do radio. So I do radio with Pure Country, which is part of the Bell Group, and so it's busy enough. So not a whole lot of time to get in the studio, and which is fine. I mean, I've been very fortunate to have a great career solo and with the band, and anything I want to do here on out is it's always a passion project, right? So it's just different passions. When you're getting into it, it's just the passion of wanting to be part of the music business. Now it can be more of a self-serving passion, right? So if I want to do maybe a bluegrass record or something like that. So still waiting to find out what that's going to be.
Who knows if this all came out of a title on the beach, and I'm not sure why you're not doing reggae if you're in Bermuda on the beach with this.
I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying I'm not right now, but I could do that. Well, a good friend of mine is Gordie Johnson with Big Sugar, and I mean he's always got that Jamaica tie into what he does, and it's like when that rootsy Alberta guitar hits that funk thing that he does, like it's a whole new genre, right? So that's that's what excites me, is something you've never, a road you've never been before. And that kind of ties back to what a road hammer is and what this whole thing is. I mean, we've got restlessness in our blood, and we always say, what is a road hammer? Well, it doesn't matter if you drive 18 wheels, 4 wheels, 2 wheels, a unicycle, as long as you have a restless spirit in your heart, you're a road hammer.
We'll continue with Jason, but let's play this song of theirs, their latest song, Dirty Hands and Clean Money.
Oh, yeah, I've listened to them forever.
I love them.
It's the only radio station we agree on.
We love the music. Honestly, I'd rather listen to my computer's exhaust fan.
They rock out.
You guys rock.
Play my kind of music.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to another episode of In the Studio. Today we're talking with Jason McCoy of the Road Hammers. We've been talking a lot about how he got into the trucking industry, how they started the band. We just played their latest single, Dirty Hands, Clean Money. I always got to make sure I say that in the right order, or else it turns out totally wrong. And I like to find out I always like to talk to musicians about how their process is for writing. So let's hear what Jason has to say about that. In the background there. So let's talk. Can we talk a little bit about writing? I do a lot of work with indie musicians around here, and I'm always interested to find out what inspires you to write certain songs, or what's your process for that? Is it lyrics first, melody first? Just give us a little insight into how you write, if you don't mind.
Well, I'll show you. So if you've got a guitar, if you've got a, I don't know, like, well, you just said, I'll show you, right? So if I hear the term, like, it's usually off a phrase. Right. So if you say, I'll show you, it could be any kind of, it depends on what style you want. Like if you want, I'll show you, it could be like, that's more like a kind of a fun love song, if you got a time, you got a time, you kind of feel like it's kind of got that feel, and take a little time to get to know you.
Like a Bermuda theme.
Baby, I could love you. I could tell you how I love you, but baby, let me show you. So just kind of, it's, for me, a lyric is kind of, it's like the starting point. It's not a lyric, a title. And so if you have a title, it gives you a direction, and you can take that title in a million ways. And it's kind of like, it's like Tetris. As soon as you say some words, I kind of see it like Tetris, and I'm like, okay, it's a game. We're gonna try and slot all these things in here. And if it's gonna be a love song, well, I kind of know what the chords would be, and maybe it's gonna be a little slower. But if it's like trucking, you just change it. It's like, up with the sun, get the job done, down and then I'll let them know you, how I work, yeah, man, I'll show you, just kind of mumble it through, get the framework done, and then you can get into all the lines that you need in the verses and stuff.
That's very cool. I'm a professional cartoonist, so we do a lot of the similar thing where we take a line or take a title or take a theme, whatever it might be, and create a cartoon out of it. But sure. I'm always amazed with musicians, because it's one thing to take a title and create one thing, but then you've got the melody part, and to sound different than everybody else that's already out. And there's so many musicians.
I didn't say I could do that, but yeah. You know what? Here's the thing. Like, there's 8 notes in the scale, right? And so there's only so many chords, so many beats, and all this stuff. Yeah, that's why, back to that thing of trying to mix genres and stuff. That's when it gets cool. Same with art, right? Like, I mean, you're whether you're a pencil artist or ink, or you're into acrylic or oils or whatever it is. You start mixing those things. That's when you get to the next level, and then it's got to change all the time. That's all I know. As soon as you sit and resting, it gets old and it's dead.
Well, what do you see? Do you see another 20 years for the Road Hammers? I know you guys will make it. I'm older than you.
I don't think so, man.
Where do you see this going, though? Like, I mean, it started in Bermuda on the beach, and now you've got a whole, I'm going to say, road crew. You guys have got stage presence and all that stuff, and now I see a fleet of trucks. I don't know where this is going. Like, I mean, where do you see it going in the future? Is it still going to be trucking tunes? The trucking industry is changing quite a bit. So that's, I don't know if you're going to start singing in Punjabi or something, but that's where it's going.
Really. Well, and also like autonomous driving, right? Like all the, talking about the, AI, like robot drivers, right? Or whatever it is, just that that's frustrating to watch because, I mean, gone or going are the days where you'd see, you pass somebody's got a farm and he's always got a Kenworth or something sitting behind the house, and he does long haul and he farms and that was enough to sustain a family. You could do that. You could be an owner operator. Right now you got to have 4 or 5 trucks. You need to get into fleet, and then you got to talk about your different regions, and then it's such a big struggle to turn a buck if you want to play by the rules, right? So, and especially in Canada, I think, and I don't know the trucking industry intimately, but I know a lot of people in it, and I know the best part about, it's a great business to be in as long as you don't have to deal with trucks, it's a tough business, but it is changing, but I don't know that it's that autonomous thing bothers me, but I don't think that's ever gonna. You can't trust somebody with that much tonnage going through down a highway without a person on board, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I'll be gone before that becomes a normal thing.
Yeah.
But, it's like you were saying, Del Reeves singing about a girl on a billboard. I haven't seen a girl on a billboard in I don't know how many years. So those songs are going to change. Is it now about recreating some of those older ones and bringing them to that new audience? Is that kind of the way that I see that's what's happening in music in general? I know I've got a ton of friends that are indie musicians, very, very talented, some of them truck drivers as well. And they're all struggling to find that way of, being successful. They all want to be Taylor Swift without the dress type thing, right? So what's the word? What do you see for the music in the future here and music writing in general?
Well, I mean, we're seeing a lot of reimagination of songs. Scotty McCreery with Hootie and the Blowfish, they've mashed it up, and it's a way to get, a Hootie song on country radio, right? But it's interesting because we're of that era where we like those songs, and a lot of people switched over from that pop world into country, so it makes sense. Reimagining of Jody Messina, Heads Carolina, like it was just a totally different thing, but the same and familiar. And it's interesting. I was at a big event, it was an air show, but still, it was all, like same as being at a monster truck event. The songs they play are classic rock usually, by and large. So AC/DC, and the Queen and ZZ Top and stuff. There's no new classic rock. There's no new classic country. But we think we've done it with this next Roadhammers release. It's called Till the Wheels Fall Off, and not trying to sell the
we're having safety issues in the industry. I'm not sure that's going to help us.
Yeah. Well, but what we did was we sat down and we just wrote every cool part of classic rock and classic country rock that we loved. And we came up with it, but it's new, so it's back to that whole thing we were talking about, mixing genres and stuff. It's country, classic rock mixed. And I think you're going to see more of that. I think that's you're going to see combining of these genres to create something new. So,
all right, so there's our interview with Jason McCoy. We're talking with Jason about the Roadhammers. He's been talking about the songwriting process and music in general. And here's one of my favorites from the Roadhammers that they put out. And when they did this at Woodstock, it was totally amazing because they really get the crowd involved. This one, typical of the trucking industry, a little hauling ass. Yeah!
Ain't no money on horses and the cattle market's dry. Them chickens don't pay chicken feed and that ain't gonna fly. But I found myself in the market niche on which is a special life. You need your burro transportation, buddy, I'm the guy. Here we go. I'm hauling ass. I'm hauling ass. Don't give that mule a second thought. I'll get her there first.
How's everybody doing? I'm your host, Bruce Howard. You're listening to the In the Studio show, and we are talking with Jason McCoy of the Roadhammers. That was their song Haulin' Ass, one of my favorite. They've got so many good ones. I've got all their stuff. If you've seen their album before, Back at It, the Roadhammers original, the Squeeze, Wheels, Roadhammers 2, all great albums. We have them all, and looking forward to hearing Till the Wheels Fall Off. which might be this show anyway. Anyway, let's continue our chat with Jason McCoy of the Roadhammers. He's the lead singer and had his own solo career. And let's get back to this interview, shall we?
All right.
For sure. Where are we going to see you guys next? Is there a tour? I know I saw you at Woodstock. I know you've been around. Hopefully you'll come back to Ontario here and share some music with us in the future. What are you guys playing? Mostly the truck shows? Are you playing all kinds of shows? Where can we see you?
Yeah, all kinds of shows. Go to the roadhammers.ca. We got all the dates listed there. We're going to be out in Coaldale, Alberta. We're going to be in Saskatoon. We're going to be in, I think in Quebec. We got a couple of shows coming up in the fall. We're going to be at the CCMAs as well out in Kelowna, September 13. I'm going to be in Aurora, August 22, and we're going to be in Australia in August. We're going to be back in Australia October. So you talk about trucking and their road trains and all that down there. It's a whole different animal. But, we got not just, trucking fans, but country fans all over the world. So it's nice that we get to, not just do truck shows, but all you name it,
Yeah, that's great. Now, are you guys all living out west? I know you grew up originally in Ontario, but are you out west now? Is that where everybody is?
No, I'm still just north of Barrie, Ontario. Got a farm here and literally in the middle of nowhere. It's fantastic. The other guys are out in Bonnyville and Calgary, and our drummers in Winnipeg.
Oh wow! So it must make rehearsing a challenge then.
No, we work up new material, so we'll come into a show a couple of days early and do stuff like that. But what we're doing right now, Zoom is a great way to get it done as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, thank you for your time today, Jason. It's an absolute pleasure of mine to be talking with you. And congratulations on 20 years for the Roadhammers and on your new EP that's out. And look forward to seeing you again. Really enjoyed your show. I know the Woodstock Truck Show is still buzzing about you guys this year. So hopefully we'll have you back in the near future. But thanks very much for all you do, man. Keep up the good work. We're listening to you from afar, whether you're in trucking or not.
Amazing. Well, Scott Verbogen and the family down at the Woodstock Truck Show, they're just simply the best, as you know. And trucking community is, we need to remind everybody out there. They always used to say it in the 70s, and it's still true. If you own it, a truck brought it. So hats off to all our truckers and all those who support the network. But thank you very much for being the voice of trucking.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. And thanks for reaching out. There you go. That's our interview with Jason McCoy of the Roadhammers. We're going to go out with one of their ones they put on their first album. This one was all their flat tires and bloopers, which I think is fun. Thanks for listening to the In the Studio show. We really appreciate it. I got to do ya.
Woo! My dog sing better than that, I think.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
You never know what's going to happen next.
They always are coming up with new stuff, new twists.
The craziest stuff happens on that show.
It keeps me laughing.
You're listening to Lead Pedal Radio, music for people behind the wheel.